Hello, my name is Emeka Okereke and you're welcome to yet another review episode from my channel Tech Talk at EO Multimedia. So today's review is going to be a comparison with not just two but three wireless earphones. These are the Beoplay EQ, the Airpods Pro and the Airpods 3 that was just recently released, and of course the last two is from the company Apple. Now for this review I thought to do something a bit different. I want to start off with the most essential feature, the main reason why we all want to have earphones, and that is sound. But again, when it comes to earphones in 2021, there's more to it than just sound. So we are going to talk about the design language and how that translates to how they fit in the ears. We're also going to talk about portability when carried around, but also convenience and efficiency in your day-to-day usage. And one thing to note, I only tested these earphones within the Apple ecosystem. So if you want to know how they perform with Android devices, you have to look elsewhere, unfortunately. All right, let's get right into it. Now, when it comes to sound, I'll go straight to the point and say that it goes hands down to the Beoplay EQ. It's ahead of the Airpods Pro and the Airpods 3 by many miles. Let's not forget, the Beoplay EQ is a product of the Danish company Bang & Olufsen, known for their excellent sound engineering with 96 years of consistency to show for it. So it's no surprise that their newest earphones will feature their top-notch sound signature. Besides the fact that the separation between the low, mid and high frequencies are detailed and balanced, the timing and accuracy is near perfection. Instruments, voice and nuanced sound effects are well separated and accurately rendered across frequencies. The bass is present and hefty without in any way being muddy or bleeding into the mid frequency. You feel the nuanced detail between the lower bass and the mid bass. That's a good sign of an impeccable, careful attention to audio tuning. Much of this is thanks to the 6.88 mm electrodynamic drivers delivering those well-tuned sound to the ears. So the physicality of the drivers is also a key factor here. The volume of the Beoplay EQ is quite low compared to other premium headphones and even the AirPods. As for the AirPods Pro, Apple seems to focus more on perfecting their computational audio engineering. The AirPods Pro does not want to be your main listening device, but rather your audio assistant. The sound is great and balanced for the most part, but the bass is lacking in comparison to the Beoplay EQ. My little hack for the bass is by using a third-party comply foam which allows for a tighter fit in the ear, yet even at that, it still leaves much to be desired when compared to the EQs. The Airpods 3, as you may have noticed, looks almost like a clone of the Airpods Pro. This is also true for their sound signature. They are quite similar, if not identical. Apple claims they reworked the drivers of the Airpods 3 to deliver better bass than what is found on the Airpods Pro. Well, to be honest, this feels to me like pure marketing. Now, note that the Airpods 3 do not feature noise cancellation or transparency mode. In fact, it is what we might call open back earphones. So the claimed improvement on the bass, I believe, is to make up for this openness, if you may. Also, we know that the activation of the ANC in the Airpods Pro slightly affects the sound quality. As a matter of fact, I often listen to the Airpods Pro in the off mode. The bass rendition seems to be much fuller in this mode, so I can imagine that the sound improvement with the Airpods 3 is because it does not have the gimmicks of ANC and transparency interfering with its sound. Now, where the Airpods excel in sound is with Apple's spatial audio. Again, computational audio on steroids. Both the Airpods Pro and the Airpods 3 are enabled for spatial audio. It makes the earphones come alive and it is quite impressive in everyday usage. Now, while you can listen to spatial audio and Dolby Atmos tracks on Apple Music regardless of the earphones you use, I find that listening to spatial audio within the Apple ecosystem is much more exciting and spacious when you are using Airpods Pro or Airpods 3. So, if you are into spatial audio and you are subscribed to Apple Music, then you might want to go for the AirPods. So, all of this is to say that when it comes to strictly sound, the Beoplay EQ is absolutely the best choice. But if you want to know how these earphones stack up against each other with regards to other features necessary for our day-to-day workflow, stick around for the rest of the video. The Beoplay EQ comes in three colors: Nordic, sand and black, which is the one I'm reviewing here. The case is made of anodized aluminum with a Bang & Olufsen emblem inconspicuously embossed in the front. The case looks and feels premium. The rounded edges and textured surface makes it pleasant to hold. The anodized coating helps for durability and weatherproofing. In fact, the Beoplay's case is a miniature version of the Beoplay H95. It's as if Bang & Olufsen was gunning for an earphone version of their most premium headphones. The Beoplay EQ are ergonomically shaped to fit comfortably. The earbuds are supplied with different silicone ear tips, but it also comes with comply foams. So this foam is more like a foam-like tip which molds to the shape of your canals. This makes for a good sound ceiling, giving you an even better bass rendition. The earbuds feel sturdy and made of hard-shell plastic. Nonetheless, they feel premium and durable. When placed side by side the AirPods Pro and the AirPods 3, the Beoplay EQ looks taller and narrower. However, what these earbuds have in common in terms of case size is that they all fit into that little redundant pocket of your jeans trousers. Yeah, I finally have a need for this pocket. The AirPods Pro come in just white, which I must say is boring. The same goes for the AirPods 3, which is a disappointment because I thought Apple would have seized the opportunity to offer more color options for the AirPods 3. I mean, they did it for the AirPods Max, so I don't know why they didn't do it for the AirPods 3. Now that said, the cases of the AirPods feel quite durable and sturdy. I have had my AirPods Pro for over a year now, and it is yet to give me any reason to think it will break or anything of the sort. Aesthetically, they can't compete, of course, with the Beoplay EQ. People who spot the AirPods Pro as a fashion symbol have, in my opinion, a questionable fashion sense. The AirPods Pro come with silicone ear tips, but the design is perhaps the most ingenious I've ever seen on the earbuds. It has no protrusion supporting the ear tips. What this means is that you almost do not feel the silicone tips inside your ear. This makes the AirPods Pro the most convenient noise-cancelling earphones in the market today. Now, I have mentioned that the Beoplay EQ have been designed to feel comfortable, but this remark is highly subjective. Some ear canals are simply too small to fit any earphones with ear tips. My friend Fitsame found herself struggling too hard to fit the Beoplay EQ, and this is where the AirPods 3 come in. With the AirPods 3, the story is different. It is designed to rest on the outer ears rather than stick into your ear canals. So, if you are one of those who do not like anything inserting deeply into their ears like my friend Fitsame, well, the AirPods 3 is exactly for you, as long as you are willing to live with the absence of noise cancellation. Now, for the rest of us, it is important to note that because of the nature of the fitting, it is a hit or miss with regards to how they fit with the ears. I, for one, have been having a hard time keeping these in my ears, no matter how hard I try. So, buy the AirPods Pro with the reservation that you may have to return it if it doesn't fit your ears. There's just no way to solve the fitting problem since it has no ear tips. Now, when it comes to convenience, if you are invested in the Apple ecosystem, that is, you own 2 or more Apple products you use on a daily basis, then the AirPods Pro and the AirPods 3 is no-brainer when it comes to convenience. And I always make a point to say this should not be taken for granted at all. In real-world use, convenience with user experience is much more important than we think. From stable connectivity to seamless switching from one device to the other to the perfect noise cancellation and transparency mode, the AirPods Pro cannot be rivaled when it comes to a plug-and-play situation. And because the sound isn't that bad, it makes you wonder if, at the end of the day, the Beoplay EQ is really worth it. With the Beoplay EQ, it is obvious that Bang & Olufsen has placed more emphasis on sound fidelity than other aspects of the everyday use of the earphones. Now, don't get me wrong, noise cancellation is surprisingly good, especially because Bang & Olufsen have been lagging behind in this department. Now, for the first time, the transparency mode feels much more natural, so much that I can say with all confidence that the Beoplay EQ is better than their €500 Beoplay HX headphones, not even earphones, headphones. But the Beoplay EQ falls short in many aspects. The touch control for play, pause, and volume are on the surface of both earpiece, but it is also the part you hold when you want to adjust the earpiece in your ear. I always find myself either adjusting the volume or pausing the audio content every time I try to adjust the earpiece. This, in my opinion, is an inexcusable design flaw on the part of Bang & Olufsen. Also, there's the annoying quirkiness of connectivity. First, the Beoplay comes with a mobile app which helps for further sound customization, Bluetooth pairing, and firmware updates. To pair the earphones to the Bluetooth, you have to go through a clunky process within the app, or maybe use the case. But what is even more frustrating is that you can only connect to one device at once. For someone like me, constantly moving from one device to the other, say my iPhone and my iPad, it means that every time I have to connect, I have to repair the Bluetooth every time. This is already a deal breaker for me. Also, while the Beoplay EQ features a Bluetooth 5.2, it has not always been very stable. I often experience a disconnection of one of the earbuds, and that is really annoying, always annoying. On the other hand, the connectivity of the AirPods are robust and stable thanks to the H1 chip powering the earbuds and connecting it firmly to the Apple ecosystem. When it comes to operations, the Beoplay EQ beats the AirPods with the inclusion of a volume up and down as part of its touch functionality. But as mentioned earlier, there is a design flaw here which the AirPods make up for by having the touch operations along the stem of the earbuds. This adds to the convenience of using the AirPods. You can execute same operations on the stem of both earbuds. What the AirPods lack in terms of touch functionality, they make up for with voice commands. In real life though, Siri is far from accurate, so it is also a downside there for the AirPods Pro. The stem of the AirPods has no volume control, but the touch surface of the Beoplay EQ does. However, with the Beoplay EQ, you cannot advance or replay the audio content, while this is possible with both the AirPods Pro and the AirPods 3. So there goes your trade-off. Now all earphones are splash and sweat resistant. For the Beoplay EQ and AirPods Pro, they hold up very well for sports. During my runs, the AirPods Pro held up the best. It never fell off. However, I find that I have to occasionally adjust the Beoplay EQ in my ears. Now, as for the AirPods 3, I personally do not see how anyone can do sports with it, as Apple claims. That's because, like I mentioned earlier, I have not been able to get these things to stay in my ears at all, so I didn't even try to use it for sports. Now, when it comes to phone calls, the AirPods take the lead here. They feature microphones for picking up voices and blocking ambient sound. These microphones, up to 9 of them by the way, were beefed up for the excellent ANC and transparency operations that comes with the AirPods. The Beoplay EQ, on the other hand, surprised me with how good it was with phone calls. Bang & Olufsen claims they have a feature called Own Voice, which captures and adjusts the volume of your voice while also filtering background noise. Well, I never noticed this feature kicking in. Perhaps it activates automatically, or it's just another marketing stunt. Battery life with the Beoplay comes in at 6 hours with ANC and up to 12 hours in the case. With the AirPods Pro, you get 4.5 hours of listening and up to 24 hours when you include the case. The AirPods 3 takes the lead here with 30 hours combined, but bear in mind that it has no ANC nor transparency, so that's not a real lead. All of these headphones can be charged wirelessly via a Qi charger. However, the AirPods Pro also has a magnet, and so you can charge or attach it to MagSafe wireless chargers. Also, the AirPods 3 features a skin detection sensor, which helps with pausing the audio content as soon as any of the earbuds is removed from the ear. Unfortunately, neither the Beoplay EQ nor the AirPods Pro has this battery saving feature. Now, when it comes to pricing, the Beoplay EQ retails for €399, the AirPods Pro goes for €279, and the AirPods 3 is currently at €199. Now, which one is the better value for money? Well, it depends. If you want earphones that will rival, if not replace, headphones with even larger drivers when it comes to the sound fidelity, then Beoplay is definitely your choice. And the €399 is well worth it if you are ready to live with the frustrations and clunkiness that comes with connectivity and the limitations of user interface. If, however, you are in the Apple ecosystem and you want noise-cancelling earbuds that are also very convenient to use in the everyday, then AirPods Pro is your guy. Now, you who's going for the AirPods 3, you already know who you are. You already know you don't care about noise cancellation and you don't want ear tips sticking into your ears. And finally, you rather go for the cheapest yet acceptably sounding earphones. So that's it. I hope this video has been informative. Let me know in the comment section if it has helped your purchasing decision. And if you already own these devices, please feel free to share your experience in the comment section. And finally, if you love this content and would like to see more, check out other videos in the channel, and don't forget to subscribe and join our community of informed consumers. On that note, I wish you a wonderful day or night, depending on your time zone, and see you in the next video, which will be